I'm going to stop you right here. The worst thing that you can do is compare. Don't do it. Everyone's hair grows differently at a different rate, but I'm here to tell you that there are methods that can help speed up the process. You clicked on this video because you need some help. You want to know what to do. You want some tea on how to enhance your hair, how to grow your hair faster. Your hair is stagnant, your hair is breaking, your hair is dry, and it's been stuck at the same length for God knows how long. Don't worry, I'm going to share with you 10 tips that I use that have aided in my hair growth. I have literally big chopped my hair. I say this in a lot of my videos, but to those who are new, I did a big chop about 7 years ago, and I literally looked like Tito Jackson, straight bald. Didn't know what I was doing, just went with the flow. But I knew I wanted to repair my hair, and I was tired of putting chemicals and relaxers in my hair. My hair went from a 1 almost down to waist length, and I feel like these tips that I've been using along the way have really helped me. So that's what I'm going to do for you today. I'm going to share these tips, and hopefully by the end of this video you will be convinced and you will hit that subscribe button. You also will be consistent and see a difference in your hair as well. First tip that I'm going to share with you in growing long healthy hair is diet. Diet is one of the biggest tips that I can give to you because our way you eat. So you want to make sure that you are incorporating, of course, water. You guys know how important water is. Water is definitely going to help flush out all the toxins. It helps to clear your skin, and it also helps to keep your hair looking nice and shiny. But I'm talking about your foods. You want to have a balanced diet. If your diet sucked the way mine did, then you're gonna have to do some reevaluating and start slow. But foods in high protein are really gonna aid in hair growth, such as fish, eggs, walnuts, almonds, spinach, kale, high in vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, which will help with hair growth. Also berries, beans are very high in protein, as well as whole grains. So definitely try to look into switching up your diet. I'm not saying to just eliminate everything that you once ate and just go strictly to like veggies and fruits. I wish it was that easy, but I get it. Just try to incorporate slowly but surely more of those foods that are high in protein, because protein is going to give you them gains and it's going to help you with them inches. Second tip, if you're not able to ingest all of those good foods that I said for you, and you have a hard time actually breaking it down, your stomach just doesn't do well with it, you're just turned off by some of the things I mentioned, you can try a supplement which has all of the nutrients that you need for your body. My favorite supplement that I've been using since before motherhood, and I'm still using it now, is a prenatal vitamin. Love prenatal vitamins only because it has every single thing that your body needs, from vitamin A all the way down. And it also helps to strengthen your hair, thicken your hair. I will mention with taking the supplement, you want to drink a lot of water, and sometimes it does bind you up a little bit, cause a little constipation, but if you throw some fiber in your diet, you'll be just fine. If you don't really want to mess with the prenatal vitamins, then you can try folic acid. Folic acid is in prenatal vitamins, but you can just take folic acid by itself. What folic acid does is folic acid is responsible for healthy cell growth. These cells include those found inside your skin tissues, as well as your hair and your nails. The main thing when looking for any type of supplement is to make sure that it contains biotin and vitamins B and C. Biotin, you guys know, really helps to stimulate and boost hair growth. So it could be any type of supplement that you want. Just make sure that you see those top ingredients in it. My third tip is to limit the amount of heat that you put on your hair. Yes, I'm talking to you, one who can't leave that blow dryer alone, one who just has to flat iron your hair every day, all day, because you want your hair to be straight. Heat is the worst thing that you can put on your hair. I'm not shutting it down completely, but I am saying to limit the amount of heat that you're putting. So instead of you doing it every single day, maybe you just try once or twice out of the week. Heat damages your strands, it dries your hair out. So when your hair is dry, you guys know what's gonna happen. Just like if some hot water gets splashed onto your skin's coming off. You can't expect your hair to look shiny and be strong if you're constantly putting a lot of heat on your hair. I know you like the straight look, but you're gonna have to lay off those tools. You're gonna have to give it a break. The flat iron, the blow dryer, even using a diffuser too much, I still feel like anything that's putting too much heat on my hair is just a no-go for me. The next tip for you is to cut out bad habits. You have bad habits. You have been comfortable. You have adapted to these bad habits, and these bad habits are no bueno for your hair. Your hair will not get to its fullest potential if you do not cut out these bad habits. You know how you like to dye your hair every 6 weeks? You're gonna have to stop with them dyes. Even the rinses. I know we like to do rinses, temporary colors, because change is good and we want to feel good. And that bleach, sis, that bleach is gonna have you looking bald-headed. Keep putting that bleach in your hair and see what happens. Your hair is just going to start breaking in different areas. It's going to start from the front It's gonna start working and it's gonna start coming out in the back. You're gonna notice that when you're wearing your hair down, your hair is not looking as full as it was. It's gonna start looking thin. And as you brush it, more of your hair is gonna start coming out in that brush. Stop putting all these harsh chemicals in your hair. You cannot put harsh chemicals in your hair and then ask yourself why your hair is not growing. Those are not conducive to your health of your hair. Do things the natural way. There are natural remedies that will allow you to get color in your hair. There are temporary hair washes, there's hair paint, there's hair sprays, there's all those things that you can just rinse out with shampoo. My next tip is to get trims when needed. Now, I have said this in a few of my videos. I'm somebody who doesn't really trim my hair too much, but that's because my ends are healthy. A lot of people, and I am a lot of people, don't really like to cut our hair, especially if we have a little bit of length. We want to hold on to that length. We want people to compliment us. We want to feel our hair on the back of our neck. Swing it and people be like, stiff wear. I get it. You want to hold on to it, especially if it took you a long time to get to that length. Trimming your hair does not mean big chopping. I'm gonna just say that right now, because sometimes when we go to salons, they don't know the difference between a trim and a big chop. You don't need to take a lot of hair off when you get trims, and you only need trims when your hair gives you signs. Book-wise says every 6 weeks to 6 months, but it all depends on when your hair needs a trim. Getting your hair cut frequently doesn't mean that your hair is gonna grow back faster. What it does is it prevents you from having split ends, and split ends prevents breakage. Trim your hair as needed, and some of the signs that will let you know that your hair needs a trim is a lot of fairy knots. For my curly girls, you'll see that your hair gets knots at the end of it, and it's like either I'm gonna be here all day trying to get it out, or I'm just gonna cut it. That's a sign that you need a trim. Also, if you take the ends of your hair and you can see through it and it looks transparent, it doesn't look like the rest of your hair, then you just need to take a little bit of that off. And of course, if you see that your hair is looking really dry and really brittle, you may want to get rid of that, because if you don't trim your hair when it's needed, it's going to travel up the hair shaft and it's going to cause more damage to your hair, and you will end up cutting off more of your hair than you intended. My next tip is to limit your shampoo. Shampooing every day, that's a no-no. Less is best. Your hair grows more when it's dirtier. Instead of you washing your hair with a shampoo, swap it out with a cold wash, which is just conditioning your hair. It's just not as harsh and drying like some shampoos. If you shampoo your hair every single day, you are definitely going to rinse out and remove any of the natural oils that our hair contains. Our scalp has natural sebum in it, and it produces it on its own. If you're constantly shampooing your hair, you're going to lose that moisture, which then is going to stop your hair from growing. It's going to stunt the growth because your hair is going to be dry. Also, when you're shampooing your hair, be careful not to wash your hair with hot water. When I'm in the shower, I like to wash with hot water because I feel like I'm not clean if I'm not washing with hot water. I like the water to feel nice and hot on my scalp, but that's a no-no, because hot water is going to dry your scalp out. It's going to make your roots weak. It can be very harsh to your hair, which makes your strands weaker. So lukewarm is fine. My next tip for you is to deep condition your hair weekly. I cannot stress this enough. I don't know, I get so passionate when I'm talking about deep conditioning, because that is what is going to keep your hair on point, keep your hair healthy and moisturized. Once a week is all you need. The same way you make it your business to go to the hair salon, the same way you make it your business to get your sew in, the same way that you make it your business to bleach your hair. Once a week, get a nice, creamy, moisturizing, thick conditioner under a heated dryer. Just give your hair 1 hour of your time, and you're going to see a difference if you're consistent with this every single week. My next tip that I have for you is do not let your hair get tangled. That is the worst thing that you can do. Sometimes we're busy, sometimes we have a hectic schedule, things get crazy for us, we're stressed out, we don't feel good, we just neglect our hair, and we just leave it in that bun for about 3-4 days. It's been in them braids for over 2 months. You done neglected your hair underneath that wig, and now it's time to wash your hair, but your hair is matted. You know what that's gonna mean, right? That's gonna mean a lot of work, and that's gonna mean a lot of breakage. So before your hair gets to that point, you wanna make sure to detangle your hair. I finger detangle my hair, and I'm able to finger detangle my hair with ease because I'm always keeping my hair moisturized and hydrated, so my hair adapted to it. It's about what products that you're using. You want products that have a lot of slip and moisture. Detangle your hair before you put it in that protective style. Even if you don't wanna touch your hair for a few days or whatever the case may be, take it down out of that style and just moisturize it. And make sure that it's not getting matted, because the worst thing that you can do is let your hair get tangled to the point where you may have to cut it out because the knot is so big. Now you don't know what to do. The goal is to grow more hair, not to lose our hair. We want to keep the hair that we have and let it keep sprouting and retain that length. Never detangle your hair when it's dry. That's the worst thing that you can do, because like I said, there's no moisture while you're trying to detangle. So as you pulling and you're tugging, you're going to easily break your hair off. Don't do it dry. My next tip is protective styling. Protective styling is a really good method to ensure, to retain, to grow your hair. When your hair is protected, that means your ends are protected. And our ends are the driest part of our hair, which are very fragile. So if you're constantly doing your hair every single day in a different style, you're always brushing it and you're always pulling it, that's a lot of manipulation. And too much manipulation can make our hair get stressed out. It can pull it out. With natural hair, or hair in general, you just want to be as gentle as you can to your hair. So with protective styles, that allows your hair to breathe for a few days, which means your fingers will not be in your head, and it also helps you to retain the length. My next tip for you is to sleep on a satin pillowcase or a satin bonnet or scarf, do-rag, whatever the case may be. You don't ever want to go to sleep with your hair on a cotton pillow. No shade to cotton, because I rock my cotton tees and my cotton panties from time to time. Not for the hair, okay? You want to steer clear away from cotton when it comes to your hair, because it's going to dry it out. You want something that has a soft feel, a soft surface when you're laying down, which is going to protect your hair from any type of dryness, snagging, pulling, breakage. It's no good for them edges, okay? You don't want to just lay down on your bed like that. If you have a drunk night or you had a wild night with your boo, that's to be expected, but you don't want to do this every day. You want to invest in getting a satin pillowcase or a satin bonnet to keep these tresses, to keep this hair intact. The last tip that I have for you that has helped me is 2 methods. First one is the LOC method, leave-in oil cream, LCO method, a leave-in, a cream, and an oil. And these methods are great in retaining moisture. It all depends on your hair's porosity. I have tried both methods. I don't know, I guess it depends on what products I'm using, but I feel like with low porosity hair, the LCO method is better for me, only because my hair has a very hard time with holding on to the moisture. Products like to sit on top of low porosity hair, as opposed to high porosity hair that doesn't have a hard time getting the moisture in, but the hair gets drier quicker. I find that using the oil for my last step is really going to keep my hair looking shiny and more moisturized longer. Just depends on your hair's porosity. This method is very helpful in hydrating your hair, and hydration is going to keep your hair healthier longer. The moment that you see your hair getting dried out, you want to make sure to reapply your products, water being your first ingredient, then following up with the LOC or the LCO method, and you will definitely see a difference. Take one side of your hair and do the LCO method, try another side of your hair and do the LCO method, and take another piece in the back and just apply just a product that you use and see the difference. When your hair is hydrated, you're less prone to breakage. I'm gonna just throw a little bonus tip out there, because you know I like to inspire and encourage, because I'm somebody who has been here. I have lost my hair, I have damaged my hair. It wasn't always what you guys see right now. Have patience with your hair and don't compare yourself. You need to not compare yourself, because that will be discouraging to you. When you compare yourself, it's gonna throw you off your journey. It's going to steer you and defer your attention somewhere else. It's going to make you continuously doing what you're used to doing when it comes to your hair, even though they're bad habits, because of security and comfort. Doing things to self-satisfy ourselves are usually what we like to do, because we don't want to feel unhappy, we don't want to feel discouraged, and we don't want to feel less than. If you stay in your own lane and you focus on your journey, your path, and what it is that you want for yourself, the outsiders don't matter. It's your hair journey. Learn to embrace your hair. Learn to embrace what God gave you, even if it's not what you envisioned your hair to be. Be grateful for what you have, and know that hair does grow. Hair can grow with the proper health and the proper time and consistency. I hope this video inspired you in some type of way. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up. You sold yet? You gonna hit that subscribe button, or you just gonna skip past this video? Are you just gonna click off? Think I earned a subscribe at this point? Yeah, do your girl a favor and hit that subscribe button, and also hit the bell so that you're notified every single time I post videos like this. You're gonna get the first to see. It's gonna pop up right on your screen. If you would like to keep up with me on my other social medias, I'll put all of that down in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.